In this video, I'm going to be taking and answering questions about my mental health. It's DADvinci time. I need to say that these questions have been asked of me ad hoc. There's no preparation in the answers, so if I haven't chosen my words carefully, I haven't said exactly the right thing, please bear that in mind.
What is the black dog?
So the black dog is used to describe depression, and it's been used by a lot of famous people, including the likes of Winston Churchill, who spoke about a black dog that followed him around. And it sort of suggests how depression just follows you, and it's there, and it's always there, and it's something you need to be aware of. And I know there are campaigns at the moment which are looking to kind of signify this using badges and imagery of this black dog. But fundamentally, the answer to the question is it's just something that's following you, and it's always there, and it's easy to visualise as a dog.
Do you feel like a failure?
No, I don't. But I do understand how people might. Because admitting you've got a problem in any instance is difficult. Particularly for men of a certain age, I think we are told to keep a stiff upper lip, just to soldier on. People need to change that opinion, and everybody needs to be open and honest about it. The suicide statistics do not lie. There's an age group which is being terribly affected by this. And we need to get it out there. You know, people in our position, men of our age, and everybody need to tell people in their age groups, in their gender groups, everybody that it's okay to talk about this.
What's the most uncomfortable situation you face with your mental health?
I think it's probably when people ask you about your mental health and it's something they're not committed to and they don't feel comfortable with. It's really important to say it's fine to be there for someone, but please don't make yourself feel terrible by speaking to someone about their mental health, because the chances are they'll notice as well. Ironically, it isn't doing videos like this, which could have been an easy answer, but these videos are so important to me that even if I was feeling nervous, I'd still go for it and get these out there.
Have you ever felt suicidal?
I have, and I can think about it now in quite a clear way, and it's important to be honest about it, and it's not a nice subject at all, but we have to understand that mental illnesses will allow you to think this way, and it's like a defence mechanism for the body effectively. It's sort of a survival situation, and your body and brain are saying to you, look, I don't think it's worth carrying on. So if you were trapped somewhere and you knew you couldn't escape, there's a valid reason potentially for your body saying to you, I don't think it's worth it, I don't think you're going to be able to carry on. So I definitely have felt suicidal. The thoughts were quite intimate in terms of what it was I was going to do. Thankfully, the reality kicked in, thoughts of my kids, thoughts of not wanting to make a mess, as trivial as that sounds and ridiculous, because it would have impacted somebody else's life as well if I decided to throw myself off a building. But I've definitely thought about it, and we need to be honest and open up about these thoughts.
Do you believe this is your first time experiencing mental health problems?
No, for sure. And that's really where this time round the journey's been different for me. Because when you start to look back and think about what's occurred in your life up to the point where you have your most severe episode, you can actually see potentially that there have been lesser episodes that have occurred. Now, I've always been a bit up and down. Generally speaking, it was normally just a case of mainly happy, occasionally not quite so happy. But looking back now with the understanding that I have, I think mental health issues have been there all my life, and it was potentially something that was just waiting to happen. So, as my doctor put it, it was a long drawn out process, and fundamentally my batteries just got too low, and that's what led me to where I am now.
With your mental health issues, what does your best day look like?
So on a good day, everything is fine. The medication's working, I feel stable and level. I actually do start to feel happiness. I'm always quite an excitable person anyway. I'm not a very serious person either, and unfortunately during this time I think it's kind of allowed me to focus a bit more on the inner depths. And certainly in the videos it might come across as me being overly serious, but I want to assure people that that's not me at all. A good day, I'm laughing, I've got time with my friends and family, the people that I love, and everything feels okay. And most importantly, I get a good night's sleep at the end of it.
Would you ever visit a mental hospital?
Of course. I mean, it sounds really strange to say if I needed to. Again, it's part of the process of your journey into your mental health. Being sectioned or similar just means that you need to be put in a place which is right for you at the time. So if my doctor thought some time away was ideal for me, yeah, absolutely, I would consider that, because I know that they've got your best interests at heart. So remove the stigma. Again, it's just part of the process, part of the journey.
How did your family react when they realised you had a mental health problem?
They were really warm and really receptive to it, and I think shocked as well, because one of the things that people say to me is, well, I never would have guessed by looking at you. And part of the reason to do a video like this is to say, honestly, you can't see it from the outside. It's not obvious that the help sign is being displayed inside a person. But my family have been fantastic. They speak to me every day, and it's really lovely to have them checking in on me. I think also people potentially feel a little bit guilty, particularly if they've neglected a relationship. So you might find that from your friends and family. There might be a bit of guilt there, but if people take more of an active interest in their relatives because they have a mental health issue, then it can only be a positive thing as far as I'm concerned.
How would you feel if someone called you crazy or mad?
In a way, and it sounds strange to say it, but it's understandable. Because if people don't know what this is, they might not have a valid view on what's actually going on. But I've said it before, you are not crazy, you're not mad, you're not weak. And actually, people with a more rounded and balanced view will tell you how brave you are, and that's one of the most inspiring things anybody can do. Like I said, you have to forgive people if they don't understand, because it isn't always obvious. If someone's behaving in an irrational way, then you can sort of understand people taking a bit of a stance about how that seems to be very strange to them. It's understandable. I don't think it's excusable. You must never do it in a nasty way. You must never do it in an aggressive way, because that can be really hurtful. Now it's over to you. If you've got a question for me about my mental health, then please pop it in the comments section below. Similarly, if you've got an idea for a future video on mental health, then pop it in the same place. In the meantime, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay tuned to DADvinci.